is this big beefy boy, you might ask? That would be Mike Hawk. And Mike Hawk is going to be the first ever three-way player in the history of the NFL. For the first 10 years of his career, he's going to play quarterback. For the second 10 years of his career, he's going to play middle linebacker. And for the final 10 years of Mike Hawk's career, he's actually going to kick some field goals. And not only is he going to be the first ever three-way player, he's going to be one of the best players of all time at 3 separate positions because he has 99 stats across the board for every single possible position. But if for whatever reason, whatever team he's on, wanted him to play defensive tackle as well as quarterback at the same time, he could because he's 99. Mike Hawk is huge at 7 foot 275 out of Dickinson State University. What we actually need to do really quick is we're going to release him in free agency. I don't want him to play for the Titans necessarily. I want the CPU to decide where Mike Hawk's going to go. I guess we can just go ahead and advance one season into the future and find out where Mike Hawk is. Mike Hawk is no longer a free agent. Let's just simply sort by roster, get it over with. We already signed the Philadelphia Eagles, and that's actually a fantastic fit because his QB archetype is scrambler. He's going to fit in perfect with this offense. And as mentioned, he has 99 stats across the board. I mean, he could possibly regress if he has a bad career, I guess. And as with that, hopefully guys do enjoy today's scientific experiment. And if you do, make sure to smash a huge thumbs up. And guys, also make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't, because if and only if we do hit 1 million subscribers by the end of the year, I'm going to be giving away a total of 5 next-gen consoles to my subscribers and subscribers only. Yes, 5 next-gen consoles. But that's if and only if we can hit that milli mark by the end of the year. So make sure to take that millisecond that it does take to click that subscription button if you haven't. So obviously now, assuming the first 10 years of his career will be about 3 seconds for you, about 20 minutes for me. Haha, joke's on you. Couple more seconds. You guys missed the video yesterday. We had a Titans player challenge me to do something in Madden. So if you guys missed that, you can go watch that video. Link in the description box below, and I'll put a link in the pinned comment. And he also told me he's dropping a video with AJ Brown soon. So you guys do need to go subscribe so you don't miss that. But also, if we can get this particular Titans player's YouTube channel up to 5,000 subscribers, we're going to do another challenge together where we actually play each other in Madden. And if I beat him, he's going to send me to the next Titans game. I'll vlog the entire trip. So let's get him to 5K subs. I'll link his channel again in the pinned comment and in the description box. Now let's get into the stuff that you guys actually care about. So we've made it all the way to the year 2031, and the first bit of business is to see whether or not this man is still a member of the Philadelphia Eagles 10 years into the future, and no, he is not. So that means Mike Hawk went elsewhere. But the question is, where did he go? So a bunch of 99s on the Falcons now. He's not on a football team. Chase Young down to 195, Nick Bosa 97, Trey Lance at 94. Not on the Giants, on the Jags, Trevor Lawrence at 97, right? This is fun. I like kind of hunting. Let's do this from now on. Like just looking through the roster to see where they are, but like at the same time get to see everybody else's overall. Now the Lions, Penei Sewell's hurt, but he's 98 rated. Now the Packers, he's not there. Panthers, there's the main man. Goes from the Eagles to the Panthers, and he's still rocking out at a 99 overall. And I didn't even talk about in the intro. Why does this guy look like he's 75 years old? He looks like a grandfather. But the good news is the fact that he's still 99 overall across the board. It does not look like he has dropped any ratings. So even here in a second, when we convert him to middle linebacker, he's going to have all the 99 overall ratings for a defensive player, so he's still going to be one of the best of all time. Now, this is where we get into the nitty-gritty here. So didn't lose his X factor, so that's a dub. This is actually the final year of his contract. However long it was worth $204 million, so Mike Hawk got a lot of money. His cap hit this season alone is almost $40 million. Let's see if he was worth it, though. We go to the awards tab. He made 9 Pro Bowls, so he's made the Pro Bowl. I guess he only didn't make it 1 season. Offensive Player of the Year in 2021, obviously won the Rookie of the Year, Best QB in 2021 and 2023. He's won Best Quarterback like every year, Best Offensive Player like every single year too. But did he win? He didn't even win an MVP. How do you win Offensive Player of the Year 1, 2, 3, 4 times and not win MVP once? Here we just go to career stats. So he doesn't actually look like he's thrown for more than 5,000 yards in a season. And funny enough, he actually went to the Jets second. So this man went from the Eagles to the Jets to the Panthers. He really might not have won a Super Bowl, even though he's been the perfect quarterback his first 10 years. But he hasn't thrown for over 5,000 yards in a season at doesn't look like his production actually started to go down a little bit his last few years. Looks like that contract was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years long. So 7 years, $200 million, not a horrible payday for Mike Hawk. Even though he didn't throw for that many yards, like he threw for almost 40 touchdowns like half the seasons, and he threw a lot of interceptions actually in the second half of his career so far. He threw 17 in 2025, but for the most part, well, I guess here too in 2022 he threw 16. But I mean, I guess if you average that out throughout his 10-year career, he's done a decent job of protecting the football. He's had on average like a 67, 68% completion percentage, not horrible. Now he should be able to run the football, and he did it. Like nothing wild. Like I've seen quarterbacks run for 1,000 yards. I got an average that's like 350 yards per season. He, ran for about 4 touchdowns per season, so he put up some pretty good numbers in his career so far. But the ultimate question is whether or not he actually has won a Super Bowl up to this point in his career. So in 2021, the Bills actually won the Super Bowl over the Packers. Lamar won MVP. Mike McCarthy won Coach of the Year. Lamar Offensive Player of the Year. Joey Bosa Defensive Player of the Year. And of course, you have yours truly winning Offensive Rookie of the Year. Then you had Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah winning Defensive Rookie of the Year. Of course, Josh Allen winning Super Bowl MVP. 2022, it goes to the Cowboys. Wow, over the Chiefs. Lamar once again winning MVP and Offensive Player of the Year. Why did he win Offensive Player of the Year and MVP? Why can't I do that? 2023, you have the Seahawks beating Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens 42-24. Urban Meyer winning Coach of the Year. Christian McCaffrey winning Offensive Player of the Year. 2024, you have the Panthers winning the Super Bowl 34-27. Well, hold on a second. Was that the year we were on the Panthers? I gotta check. 2024. Now that I think about it, CMC probably was taking a lot of the stats away potentially from Mike Hawk. But yes, in 2024, he was a Carolina Panther. That was one of his best seasons of his entire career. Actually, looks like it was his best overall season in his career. So yes, Mike Hawk does have a Super Bowl. 2025, you have the Ravens losing a second, and you have the Cowboys winning a second. Dak this time wins Super Bowl MVP, but Zeke wins NFL MVP and Offensive Player of the Year with Mike McCarthy once again winning Coach of the Year. In 2026, you have the Browns winning their first ever Super Bowl. And look at this, dude. 5 years in the future, and Patrick Mahomes still winning MVPs. Now, 2027, you have your Panthers once again, so Mike Hawk with his second Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson still winning MVPs. You know what? We might not have won an MVP. We won at least 2 Super Bowls. That's all that matters. 2028, you finally have the Ravens and J.K. Dobbins, not Lamar MVP, but Lamar and the Ravens finally winning themselves a Super Bowl in 2028. 2029, the Seahawks get their second, and in 2030, you have your Panthers reigning Super Bowl MVP. Wow, why didn't it give us that in his accolade? So in fact, in his 10-year career, he's won 3 Super Bowls, Super Bowl MVP, and a ton of other awards, even though he might have never won actual MVP. But now it's time to do the deed. Mike Hawk is now going to be a middle linebacker. He's won 3 Super Bowls as a quarterback. Can he win more as a middle linebacker? So unfortunately, since it's only a 10-year career, we do not finish top 10 all-time passing yards. Now passing touchdowns maybe. We don't finish top 10 unfortunately. Rushing yards, we're not gonna finish top 10, but hey, look at my boy. You know what? Let's just go break the record books as a middle linebacker. 40 minutes later, because my game crashed 10 times, have finally made it to the year 2041, and it's time to see if Mike Hawk is still a member of the Carolina Panthers, and he is actually, and he hasn't aged a bit. Once again, it looks like he is still 99 across the board, and that's once again without changing anything, so apparently he's still done pretty well with the Panthers, especially for them to renew his contract 74 times. So now up to 15 total Pro Bowl appearances, which does mean we only made 6 out of our last 10, when we had already made 9 out of our first 10, so maybe a little bit more success as a quarterback. He led the league in tackles once, in interceptions once, won the best linebacker in 2032, same award in 2033 and 2034, and he did win the Defensive Player of the Year in 2032. I'm actually shocked though that he only won the Defensive Player of the Year once. So just judging by the awards, it actually looks like we probably have more success as a QB. Now I do want to look at that contract really quick. We still have 3 years left on our contract, which is going to be as a kicker, which makes me think poor Panthers, dude, they're going to be paying $20 million a year to a freaking kicker. Now this is where things get interesting, dude. So it looks like he's averaging like 130 total tackles a season. Now that is a ton of sacks, to be honest. That's a ton of sacks for a linebacker, a middle linebacker at that. Had 8 sacks in 2032. He got 5 interceptions in a season. 3 times we got 7 interceptions in a season. This guy is a freaking monster. How many touchdowns has he scored in his career? He's got a ton of fumble recoveries, ton of forced fumbles. Oh my god, dude, that's got to be some sort of record. He has scored 5, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 defensive touchdowns in his career, which does break the record of Rod Woodson, who has 12. And crazy, that was just in 10 years, dude. So this guy has been a freaking ball hawk, getting tackles, tackles for loss, sacks, interceptions, fumble recoveries. Guy has been a freaking demon. And look at that, with the 99 injury rating, he's never missed a game in his entire career. I was wondering, maybe, just maybe, if the CPU decided to play him at one of the offensive skill positions, because, like, he should, dude. He's so good. You should know. You're an NFL coach. So starting in 2031, we did not win the Super Bowl. The Raiders do get the dub 31-14. Colts get their first Super Bowl win in 2032 over the Seahawks. 2033 get the 49ers for the first time today. Trey Lance was winning NFL MVP that season. Now in 2034, the 49ers go back-to-back, so it looks like it takes a while, like 13 years to be exact, but eventually it does look like the Trey Lance draft pick does pay off. Now 2035, the Jags get a huge dub. Trevor Lawrence once again finally winning a Super Bowl with the Jags. He won the Super Bowl MVP. Let's go, dudes. We get ourselves another Super Bowl MVP, this time on defense. In 2036, we win for the 4th time. It's gonna be the first time in NFL history somebody has won the Super Bowl MVP as an offensive player and a defensive player. 2037, the Seahawks win again. 2038, the Broncos get a dub. In 2039, the Browns win their second of the day, and in 2040 you have the Seahawks winning another one. So it's really kind of been like us and the Seahawks dominating the NFL for at least the last 10 years, maybe the entire last 20. So unfortunately, nowhere top 10 defensive sacks. Defensive interceptions, though, we don't finish in the top 10. Just not playing long enough, bro. If franchise mode was longer, I'd do it. Freaking franchise mode ends after 30 years. What do you want from me? Yes, the time is now, my dudes. Mike Hawk is about to start kicking some balls. I am curious, though. He does have Superstar X Factor, but once we do convert him to kicker, is that going to go away? Is there even any Superstar X Factor abilities for kickers in the game? Mike Hawk, now a kicker for the Carolina Panthers. They're probably mad they're paying him all that money. But at the same time, they probably don't care after everything he's done for them. I mean, the dude's freaking transcended time up to this point. He's played 20 years and he's only gone up 10 years in age. Least they can do is give him some money. He's kind of transformed the game, literally. So he's still Superstar X Factor. He does get clutch kicker, which really doesn't do anything for us. Like, they should add some sort of Superstar X Factor, bro, for kickers. Like, increase the kick distance or something. Gotta get the kickers involved, man. But now it's time to wrap up this man's career, because, like, dude, he's been playing for 20 years now. Let him still play. He wants to play, but now as a kicker. Still gonna be a big contributor. But of course, I mean, 10 more years into the future, we're actually probably gonna stop it around the year 2050 to make sure franchise doesn't end on us before we get to see Mike Hawk as a kicker. So see you in about 20 minutes, and I go ahead and predict about 17 game crashes. We've made it to the year 2050, and it only crashed 4 times. But the question is, did the main man remain a Panther for over 20 plus seasons? And no, he did not. Unless he regressed it overall, our man is no longer a Panther. So this is where things get suspenseful. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, it's still a kicker. But I'm excited to see if he's done anything crazy, like kick multiple 60+ yard field goals, maybe even kick the 70-yarder. Like, if he's 99 across the board, I wonder if there's any seasons, or maybe even multiple seasons, where he didn't miss one single field goal the entire year. Like, did I miss him, or did he retire? We found him. He looks the same, even though it's been 30 years. Still a 99 overall across the board. Just got to thinking about it, though. Are there any, like, awards that he can actually get, or contracts? So he didn't really make that much money. He has 3 years left on his contract. He's making about $4 million a year. So financially, he probably regrets his decision, but for his bones and his health's sake, he's probably happy he stopped taking and giving so many hits. Now, awards, he did not make the Pro Bowl one time out of the last 10 years. How is he a 99 rated kicker and did not make the Pro Bowl one time? He did win the best kicker in 2048, but apparently didn't make the Pro Bowl that year. So did he only win best kicker one time? It looks like he did, dudes. How did a 99 rated perfect kicker only win the best kicker award one time? All right, we got to see these stats. What happened? Oh my god, he was horrible. He actually missed a lot of field goals. No wonder he won the best kicker award. In 2048, he went 22 and 22 with a long of 57, made all 45 extra points. Also was curious if he was going to make every single extra point in his career, but it looks like he missed multiple. He missed 2 this season, 2 more, so it's 4, 5. He missed 5 extra points throughout his entire career. Like, I guess that's not horrible. And the longest field goal throughout his career is about 58 yards. If they were smart, they would have used them in the punting game too. Like, that's stupid. Oh wait, hold the phone for a second. He played in Denver too? Hold on, I'm so confused. He played for Atlanta for 3 seasons, then he played for Denver, and he's back with the Falcons? That is so weird. They didn't use him on a fake field goal or anything, not one time in his career, bro. Come on. I know he's probably like 60 years old at this point. He looks like he's about 90, but come on, still has 99 speed. So it looks like the Seahawks won it again in 2041. We had the Bucks in 2042, the Cowboys again in 43 and 44. We have the Steelers in 45. We have the Bucks again. 2046, we have the Seahawks again, dude. In 2047, the Jags. 2048, we have the Patriots, and in 2049, we have the Seahawks again. They had to have won what, like 10 out of the last 30 Super Bowls? Unfortunately, it does not look like Mike Hawk had that much success as a kicker compared to as a quarterback and middle linebacker. But dude won the Super Bowl MVP as a defensive player and offensive player. Give him a break. He's a good guy.